Stay tuned for Central Indiana's most honored newscast from WTHR, Channel 13, Indianapolis. With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 13 Eyewitness News at noon.
Good afternoon and welcome to Channel 13 Eyewitness News at noon. I'm Pat Carlini.
And I'm Bruce Kopp. Our top story this noontime is the weather. We've seen a lot of rain overnight. That's caused plenty of problems in parts of the state, and the heat is on. Let's go right to Chuck Lofton for the latest conditions. Chuck?
Bit of a double whammy, Bruce. Thank you very much and good afternoon. You know, for the past hour and a half, we had no rain after the downpours this morning, with Wabash area getting more than a half foot of rain. Well, here's a new line of rain that is moving in, with some of the rain now just north of Lafayette, very heavy, and out towards Delphi, moving into Logansport. They've had 5.5 inches of rain already this morning. Let's show you the wide view of things and why we think we're going to get some more as we progress into the afternoon. This cold front is stretched across. It's warming up south of the front here in Indianapolis, and so that combination makes for a very unstable atmosphere, and thus a couple of flash flood watches to talk about. One is in the Peru area out towards Wabash and Huntington, and then west towards White County. That's for today. And then this evening, as the frontal system begins to gain some momentum and move to the south, a flash flood watch is in effect for the Indianapolis metro area out towards Lafayette, Richmond, and Terre Haute. Now, as far as the rest of the day is concerned, we have a small stream advisory in effect, too, along with a flood watch for this area from Miami County through Wabash and Huntington, and then down into Grant County around Marion. So there's a lot of high water, and the potential is there for some more heavy rain later today. We'll get right to it, talk to you more about that in just a few minutes. Bruce and Pat.
Thanks, Chuck. Well, as you just mentioned, overnight storms have created a big mess for those living in the northern part of our viewing area.
Eyewitness News reporter Rich Van Wyk joins us now from Wabash County with the latest on the heavy rains. Rich.
Pat, just about a minute ago, we heard Chuck Lofton talking about small stream advisories, people keeping an eye on them. This is one of those small streams or creek. It's Charlie Creek. It runs right through the town of Wabash. Normally a pretty docile piece of water, but if you look at it today, it is raging through this community. If it looks scary from the banks, imagine what it would be like having this run right through your home. That's exactly what happened to dozens of homeowners this morning as flash floods raked through several neighborhoods. The houses are filled with water and mud right now. People have just now begun cleaning up. Some received as much as 2 feet of water in their homes. Last night it rained somewhere between half a foot and 10 inches in just a matter of a few hours. People we've talked to in the neighborhood said they knew it was raining, but they had no warning, no idea there'd be a flash flood like this.
Actually, we didn't know until the dog woke us up. She jumped on the bed and she was sopping wet, and we couldn't figure out what was going on. When we both stood up out of bed, we were standing in about a foot of water.
There is lots of water throughout the city of Wabash. A lot of it has receded. As a matter of fact, you go through some of these neighborhoods and it looks like they have a couple of branches down. It's not until you stop, get out of the car, and start looking in the houses that you realize just how much damage was done to a lot of these homes. To give you an idea of just how much it rained, how much water is draining in from the land right now, we're told that the Wabash River in Wabash rose 5.5 feet in just a couple of hours. It is still rising. It is expected to crest this afternoon. People up here, though, don't expect much trouble from the Wabash. They're expecting trouble from little creeks like this running through neighborhoods, and they're hoping they don't see much more rain. I'm Rich Van Wyk, Channel 13 Eyewitness News, reporting live via Skypath from Wabash.
Okay. Just happened so fast,
It
Rich.
sure is. That's something. Thank you, Rich. Well, the storm that blew through the metro area this morning caused some traffic problems on the city's north side. Several lights went on the blink, causing delays and accidents. This two-car wreck happened at 65th and Keystone. Police say drivers were slowing to a flashing yellow light when one car rear-ended the other. No one was seriously hurt. Powerball fever is also in the air today. Hoosiers all across the state are lining up in hopes of buying a multi-million-dollar winner. Let's take a look now. Debbie Demon joins us with more on the latest Powerball fever. Debbie.
I tell you, the fever is definitely hot here. There are several folks here are just taking their lunch break. You can see them in line just behind me, but the line is not really that long, and that's not surprising. The spokesperson for Powerball says that during the summer, people are on vacations, or they're just not watching TV that much, go figure, so they don't even know how high this jackpot is, but it's $125 million, and I tell you to come on down and buy one of these tickets. If we just take a look at the video, you can see that the folks who were in line, they bought several tickets. One man bought like 65 tickets in one pop. Now, Powerball officials do want you to act responsibly because, as you know, there's only a 1 in, 80 million chance that you could actually win the jackpot. But we did catch up with some interesting folks, in particular one man who said he'd definitely take his chances. So what makes you want to play?
The money, $125 million.
What would you do with the money?
I'll blow it until I die, until I couldn't spend no more. What would you do with it? Same thing?
There are lots of folks here just dreaming, if you will. I've got my money in my pocket. I think I'm going to buy a couple of tickets. And I've never done this before, but I want to win. And I talked to one little boy who really wants his mother to win. Why don't you come here for a second? You told me, what would you want your mom to do with this money?
Give it to me because I want to spend it on like video games and all that stuff. I've already got a whole bunch.
And you want more?
I've got Nintendo 64 and for it. I've got 2 controllers, Super Mario 64 and Yoshi Story, and I've got...
You don't need any more. But if she wins, I'm sure she'll buy you a lot of video games. What's your name?
Kenny, and I've got like other Super Nintendo games and Game Boy games and Game Gear and Virtual Boy and...
Okay, he can go on and on. Thank you, Kenny. Kenny wants to win this Powerball, $125 million. I think that'd be way too many video games, but we'll see if he hits the jackpot. And we'll come back later. Well, you guys will come back to me later, and I'll tell you how you can get lucky. Back to you guys.
All right, Debbie, that's great. He doesn't realize how much he can buy with that.
No, he's so funny. He was like, I want to be on TV. I want my mom to win. I want to buy all these video games. He's really funny. So
he's got a plan.
Yeah, I hope, good luck to him.
Thanks, Debbie.
And Nintendo loves him as well.
Yeah.
Well, a Kokomo man will be returned to Indiana next month after being indicted on federal charges. 42-year-old Victor Steele faces kidnapping and firearms charges. Police say he abducted a woman from her Howard County home last month. They claim he drove her to Wisconsin, where police tracked him down and found her. Steele has already served prison time for raping and confining a Monroe County woman back in 1985.
Well, no word yet if police will charge 2 teenagers who crashed a car near Edinburgh. Police say the 2 teens involved were not even old enough to drive. Witnesses say the young driver was weaving in and out of traffic on US 31 last night. He lost control and ended up upside down in a ditch. It took rescuers about half an hour to free them from the car. Both have broken bones, but doctors expect them to be okay. An autopsy today should reveal what killed a man found dead in Boone County. Tuesday, a state trooper discovered the unidentified man slumped over the wheel of a car on State Road 267, just off I-65. The man was bleeding from the mouth, but didn't have any other obvious wounds. Police identified his car as a rental from Chicago.
The Hollywood actor, best known for his TV roles in Father Knows Best and Dr. Marcus Welby, MD, has died. Jill Brook takes a look back at the career of Robert Young.
Robert Young became a pop culture icon for playing the All-American Pop in Father Knows Best.
Look, son, let me give you a tip. Cling to your youth. Time has a habit of moving forward, never backward, never motionless. Stay with it as long as you can. Okay?
As with most of his characters, Young exuded a calm optimism, whether it was on Father Knows Best or as the caring Marcus Welby, MD.
You want Tracy? All yours.
It was a quality that also surfaced in his films, such as Secret Agent. Young once said that there was a secret to his success. The audience liked him as a good guy.
I had a guy in a black hat one time, didn't work. The audience, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, didn't believe it.
And it was equally hard for the public to believe when he confessed to his problems with depression and alcoholism. He told reporters sometimes he felt guilty playing the reliable, steady-as-a-rock patriarch, when in fact, he was in real life often so unhappy. His candor only endeared him more to the audiences. Later, learning he had a chemical imbalance, he continued battling with depression and spoke out about the insidious problem, which led to a suicide attempt in 1991.
You feel better when you're honest.
In later years, he also starred in the TV movie Mercy Killing. Roles for an actor in his 80s were rare, but fortunately he found contentment in what he called his best role, that of a family man. Young started his acting career in 1931 after a talent scout saw him in a play. Stardom came quickly, and he was cast in many memorable roles, including The Enchanted Cottage. In the years that followed, he played the romantic lead in dozens of films before making a permanent mark on television.
Most of the things that I've done, as far as the screen is concerned, or television, or stage, or anything for that matter, has always been fun. I've always enjoyed it. It's been something that I've derived a great deal of pleasure from.
As well as a lot of success.
And in addition to the death of Robert Young, today the nation mourns the loss of astronaut Alan Shepard. Shepard died yesterday in a California hospital. He was one of the original 7 Mercury astronauts. He became the first American in space back in 1961 aboard the Freedom 7 spacecraft. He was also on board Apollo 14. Alan Shepard was 74 years old.
The National Transportation Safety Board believes a welder's spark may have caused Monday's fire on board the Carnival cruise ship. Among those on board, 2 Hoosiers. Merv Seymour with their story.
It was kind of clear skies.
Just 2 hours aboard Ecstasy. It had been a picture-perfect vacation.
They said, oh, it's just the engines kicking in. These people are scared for nothing.
For 13-year-old Clayton Northcutt.
Well, I enjoyed it for one day, but it was kind of shortcut.
And his grandfather, Bernie.
I was having a lot of fun until the boat caught on fire.
And we noticed there's smoke coming at the end of the boat, rising up, big, this big.
And there was a big cloud of smoke around the boat, and I was like, oh my God. I went back out in the hall, and there were people filing around in life jackets, and I ran back up to the deck. It was just covered in smoke.
After the fire was under control, Clayton says an onboard comedian sang songs and told jokes to help calm nerves of those who feared the worst.
There was this one person sitting in a corner, and she was just sitting there, like mumbling to herself, and then she'd slowly, like, sing along with the songs that the comedian was playing, and then she looked really worried, though. Oh, I knew we'd get off the boat alive, but I was just wondering if the boat would sink.
With their quarters on the opposite end from the fire, eventually this grandfather and grandson team returned to their cabin, where they somehow slept through the docking and the Coast Guard ordered evacuation of the Ecstasy.
So I got up at 7 o'clock, shaved, and went downstairs to eat breakfast, and I noticed there was no people. I said, where are you feeding breakfast? Is everybody already down eating breakfast?
Clayton says this was his first cruise, but not his last.
I asked my mom and dad if anything bad could happen on the boat, such as catch fire or sink, and they said, well, it's a 1 in a million chance, and, well, I guess I hit the lottery.
I kind of like exciting things anyway. I didn't mind it.
Now, Bernie Kraft says he does plan to reschedule the cruise for sometime next summer.
Chuck Lofton's SkyTrack forecast bears the seal of approval of the National Weather Association.
Well,
had just about all of it today with the weather up in the north, with all the water up there. We've had the hot temperatures now.
Yeah, you mentioned they had hail earlier, too, didn't they?
Yeah, some huge hail in portions of Miami County. And those pictures Rich showed us from the Wabash area, I mean, it's like that in a lot of places today. As he mentioned, 6 to 10 inches of rain, and some of the next radar estimates that would be north of Huntington would seem to indicate more on the 10-inch side.
Yeah.
Wow.
I believe that in one
Just
morning,
that
10 inches of rain.
And you think we'll still have more today?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you imagine getting the notice the dog gets up on the bed and the dog's all wet?
Yeah.
I mean, in the house, and that's how you know
That's
it's
how they
flooded.
I didn't let you out.
Wow.
What happened there? It's in the house. Well, good afternoon to you. It has been, to say the least, a bizarre weather day. 6 inches plus in Wabash, 3/4 of an inch of rain, according to Phil in Carmel. We had about 8/10 of an inch downtown, but at the airport, a trace. That's it. Here's a look at one area where it's raining very hard. This is our dual Doppler radar. We're up in the Delphi area, northeast of Lafayette, where the rain is getting pretty heavy. This is an area of rain, by the way, that is moving to the east-southeast. In fact, here's another view of things, and this will spread out as a cold front slowly moves from north to south here in the state. So I think we're all going to get wet again later on this afternoon. Now, currently, a look outside here in Indianapolis, and we've seen periods of clouds and sun, but more clouds, and that's why right now we're only at 80 degrees. I would have suspected we'd be warmer than that. We still probably will get close to 90 today. Winds out of the south at 8, and in my forecast, some sunshine, but also scattered thunderstorms and a high of 90. Well, the morning, especially for those of you north of Indianapolis, was very wet, and now this cold front triggering off all this is going to take a march down to the south, but it's already left quite a mark. Here in Indianapolis, officially at the airport, a trace of rain, but up to the north of us this morning, the weather was especially nasty, especially in Miami County, where Denver, north of Peru, had 1 3/4 inch diameter hail and, of course, 6 inches of rain. Over in Wabash. Trace at the airport, 5.5 inches of rain this morning in Lafayette. Kokomo had 4.5 inches. Bloomington and Columbus, not a bit. And meanwhile, the real heavy area continued from Muncie that had 4.5 inches over to Tipton's 4, and then 6 inches of Wabash, and we believe even more than that in the Huntington area, which of course is east of Wabash. It's right here. Rich showed you those streams that were really high in downtown Wabash. This is the Wabash River, and a small stream advisory is in effect in these counties, Miami County, over towards Wabash and Huntington, and then Grant County with Marion today. And a flood watch remains in effect today to the north and northeast of Indianapolis, and then tonight for the metro area up to Lafayette, out to Richmond, and back out to Terre Haute. That's because this line is really going to come together and make a push to the south. You can see now how this is beginning to develop again. Here's the main line of rain, but these are thunderstorms. There is a severe thunderstorm warning for 4 counties in central Illinois right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if late this afternoon, say 4 or 5 o'clock, we could see something like that develop here. In the meantime, it is rather cloudy from Indianapolis north, but some of you are seeing a lot of sun southwest of the city, and you will get warmer than we will here in the city. In fact, it's not going to be out of the realm of possibility like Spencer, Bedford, maybe 92, 94 degrees, and we may get up to 90 degrees today. Here's the frontal system tomorrow morning, but rapidly as this pushes to south, so too will the rain, and Friday looks fantastic. Drier air is going to move in. That will stick around to Saturday, and I think the weekend looks pretty nice. But for today, it ain't over yet. Here we go. Sunshine, changing to cloud cover and scattered thunderstorms, 90 degrees. Then tonight we'll drop down to 70, and again, some scattered thunderstorms. The same tomorrow. When it's not raining or thundering, we'll see some peaks of sun, and then Friday looks real good. 83, Saturday, even better, in the 70s most of the day with a high of 81, and Sunday 85. We're going to check in what's going on and have another update for you in just a little bit.
Okay, thanks, Chuck. Well, in today's Health Beat, help for those who suffer from ringing in their ears. At 12:19, we'll tell you about the latest treatment for tinnitus.
If you have impatient kids this summer, vacation could help. In about 10 minutes, we'll show you this summer's hot toys.
And more testimony for the president's secretary. The latest on the grand jury investigation at 12:36.
Watch this. The time has come. Make yourself a fun just at Rosie.
Next time, Rosie's got summer fun with the one that you want. Grease legend Olivia Newton-John.
Now, I have a question. Those pants, how did you get into those?
Summer fun. Thanks, Rosie.
Are you watching? Just that Rosie. To your summertime. Check her out. Just that Rosie.
Rosie, beginning at 4 on Channel 13.
Television stations need you. Medical companies need you. Computer companies need you. If you know electronics, top companies need you today. To develop the electronics skills employers are looking for, call 1-800-ITT-TECH for an informative brochure. That's 1-800-ITT-TECH. But call now. Because aeronautics companies need you. Automobile companies need you. Robotics companies need you.
Today through Saturday at Dan Young Honda. We'll start the clock.
Nobody beats a Dan Young deal.
Get an extra $2,000 for your trade. $1,598 in prior year Honda Civics from $168 down, $168 a month. $35.98 in prior year Accords from $195 down, $195 a month. 2098 Hyundai Accents loaded with all this. $198 down, $198 a month. Even 20 factory certified pre-owned Hondas, all backed with extended warranty. No credit application refused.
Before you buy any vehicle, see your best deal at Dan Young.
Hi, my name is Cole. My daddy owns WF Pointer Construction for remodeling, roofing, siding, windows, and room additions built with old world values. Call us today.
Right now, we're offering special pricing on all of our work. We have many financing options and our own mortgage department. And don't forget about our senior citizens discount.
So for quality construction on your home, call WF Pointer now, toll free at 1-888-454-9200.
Hey, Dad! Can I borrow the car tonight?
The Teenage Driver Safety and Education Program from Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance encourages teenagers to drive responsibly by awarding them a $1,000 savings bond for 3 years of safe driving. Because when your teenager asks to borrow the car, wouldn't it be nice if all you needed to say was, hey,
Have a great time.
Solutions you need from a company you know.
Eyewitness News is brought to you in part by Farm Bureau Insurance. Indiana. Bruce Kopp, Pat Carlini, and Chuck Lofton's SkyTrack forecast. This is Channel 13 Eyewitness News at noon.
Topping our health beat this noontime, a new study shows a certain type of margarine actually reduces your cholesterol. Benecol margarine is a brand sold overseas. It's so popular in Finland that stores can't keep up with the demand, even though it costs 3 times more than regular margarine. The main ingredient, called sitostanol, lessens cholesterol. Scientists say the ingredient could be used in everything from salad dressing to ice cream. Well, the government put its stamp of approval on a new drug to treat depression. It's called Solexol. Doctors say it's the first antidepressant of its kind, with no interactions and other common prescription drugs. It does have some side effects, though, including nausea, dry mouth, sleepiness, and headaches.
Do you ever get a buzzing or a ringing in your ear after you've been exposed to a loud noise? Some people have it all the time. It's called tinnitus. Ileana Bravo explains what can be done about it.
It's mainly a hissing sound, like psst, like that.
Kim Ripito is describing what she hears all the time.
Especially in my right ear, it's more like a tone like,
It's what brings her to the new University of Miami Tinnitus Center to check the ear devices that help her mask the annoying sounds.
It's nice and clear.
Her tinnitus started after she took a malaria prevention drug.
Sometimes it's caused by medications that are damaging to the auditory system.
The director of the Tinnitus Center says medication-induced tinnitus is not uncommon. Viral infections and hearing loss can also bring it on.
There is no cure, and I think that's very frustrating for patients because they would love for us to just hand them a pill or a prescription and say, okay, be on your way.
I use these when I'm vacuuming.
Instead, patients like Kim use devices to block out noise and prevent further ear damage. There are also new experimental treatments.
Relaxation or biofeedback or hypnosis, and try and use those techniques as a mechanism for helping with relaxation.
Because Kim will tell you there's nothing more stressful than the noise inside her head.
My life, because you can't escape it. You can't turn it off.
I'm Ileana Bravo for NBC News.
Doctors suggest wearing earplugs around loud noises to avoid hearing loss and the tinnitus that often accompanies it. Well, are you looking for something to keep your kids busy this summer? Just ahead, we'll take a look at the hottest toys for kids this season.
And make no beans about it, Mr. Food shows us how to make this classic dish the fast and easy way.
Closed captioning of Eyewitness News is brought to you in part by Ameritech.
Welcome to Boxburger. Welcome to Boxburger. Welcome to Boxburger.
If you can't hold the menu in your hands, you're not in a restaurant.
Why doesn't just any burger have the crispy edges a steak burger does? Maybe it's because their grill isn't as hot as ours. Maybe it's because they don't use the steak cuts. Or maybe it's because I don't work there.
Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers.
Discover the excitement of building today with TK Constructors. We give you all the amenities you could ask for in a new home. A home that's conventionally built on your lot for as little as $49,900. That includes vaulted ceilings, a wood-burning fireplace, Anderson windows, and Kenmore appliances. They're all standard in a TK home. So find out what all the excitement is about. Call us at 1-800-TK-TK-FYI.
The excitement is building at TK Constructors now.
So many of us follow the road of life, never stopping to consider.
Where are we going?
We hurry through the day, a face in the crowd.
But why are we here? What is the purpose of our existence?
We rush from appointment to appointment without giving quality time to the bigger questions of life. One of the great questions throughout the ages.
What is your ultimate destiny? The true source for the answers lies in the pages of your Bible.
Now you can read those answers for yourself in this free booklet, What is Your Destiny? From the United Church of God and International Association. Call now for your free subscription. The Good News Magazine. 1-800-925-1542. We'll also send you a free subscription to the Good News Magazine. Both yours free and no obligation when you call 1-800-925-1542. Operators are standing by. Call now.
I'm attorney Bill Hurst. If you've been injured in an accident, you may need legal help. We encourage you to compare our experience with others. The lawyer you choose can make a difference.
Ladies only. Get serious about weight loss.
Connect 13 to get the latest SkyTrack weather forecast. Call 464-1313, then press 2. It's a free call for Ameritech Cellular customers.
In today's Money Beat, IPL is launching a new plan to give you some different payment options. One is the fixed rate option. That's where you can lock in a rate for up to 3 years at a discount. Another is the Sure Bill option, where you pay the same amount each month regardless of how much electricity you use. The third plan is what's known as the Green Power option. It's a service that is environmentally friendly. You'll get a flyer in your bill explaining the new program. Some important news for those of you who own a sport utility vehicle. Here's a look at what researchers found out about their safety. A new 5-mile-an-hour crash test shows that some of them are not as rugged as they look. The Subaru Forester sustained the least amount of damage, about $2,200 worth. The Kia Sportage failed the bumper crash test. Damages amounted to a whopping $7,300. Jeep, Honda, Toyota, and Isuzu fell in the middle. Researchers did not test Chrysler or Ford. One body shop owner says SUVs cost so much to repair because of the parts hidden by the bumper covers.
Well, summer vacation can be a time that tests the parents' patience. The new school year is still about a month away, and if your kids are driving you crazy, here's a report that may help you. Liz Crenshaw takes a look at the toys of summertime.
From hula hoops to boat canals, golf to baseball, summer toys make the kids smile, especially if they get wet. Here's a cute toy for the little ones, Waterway Keel from Brio. It's a canal with locks and a pump to raise the boats.
I think I could play with it for like 5 hours or 10 hours.
Tiny versions of miniature golf are popular this year. Mini Golf Mountain from Play School had the little ones putting and putting.
I think it's a little bit hard, but if you practice, it gets easier for you.
If baseball is the name of the game at your house and you're tired of pitching to your little leaguer, try 3-in-1 baseball trainer from Little Tykes. Play it like T-ball, and for those who like a real pitch, just stomp the pedal. From baseball to bubbles, Koosh Bubba Billions caught everyone's attention. Just dip and push a button and watch the bubbles fly.
It's fun.
Why is it better than some of the other ones?
Because you don't have to blow it.
Spider-Man Web Blaster was a big hit. Load the canister and spray what looks like webs at everything and everyone. And why do they like it?
That's
why, because you can trash adults. Two problems with Spider-Man, though. The canisters ran out very quickly, ending the fun, and the webs were scattered everywhere. Here's a neat toss game. Koosh catchers. The loopy ball literally sticks to the mitt. And topping the summer toy list, as always, things that get the kids wet. In the sprinkler category, new this year is the Elmo 123 sprinkler, which gently spins and sprays. The buzzing bee, which flips and flops. Water park twist and spout that lets you set different types of water streams. And the fun noodle Giggle Wiggle. Soft foam tubes flipping and flopping and occasionally getting trapped by a child who turns them into a spraying machine. Which of the sprinklers was the kid's favorite?
I like the Giggle Wiggle because I like the way it splashed around like this. Giggle Wiggle, Giggle Wiggle, Giggle Wiggle.
And the hottest water gun to keep your kids cool, the Speed Loader 1500. The innovation, a device that lets you load right from the hose under pressure, so there's no need to pump the gun to get it to squirt. Just load and go.
I really like it, and I think it's better than any water gun that I've ever tried.
Why?
Because it can shoot fast.
Liz Crenshaw for NBC News.
Boy, that one and Giggle Wiggle definitely got the thumbs up.
That's
huh?
the most fun to say, too.
That's right.
And a lot of those are selling with another scorcher across the country. No doubt those toys are very popular. Just ahead, we'll tell you where people are dealing with this relentless heat.
Chuck will have a look when we come back.
I love your new wallpaper. Iced tea? Old Bob's again, right? You saved a bundle, didn't you? Maybe. I know about Old Bob's wallpaper, but where'd you get that picture frame? Nice, huh? Care for another cookie? You're not gonna tell me, are you? Oh my, look at the time.
It's amazing that some people still try to keep Old Bob's a secret.
Before I lost the weight, I was in maternity clothes, and now I am a size 7. I lost 57 pounds in 9 months.
LA Weight Loss, revolutionizing the way people lose weight.
I dropped 1 full dress size in 1 week. I lost 53 pounds in 11 months, and I feel great. I'm able to shop in great stores.
If it worked for me, it could work for anyone. Now, $6 a week. Call for your free consultation. LA Weight Loss Centers, 1-800-526-SLIM.
When you take your family to Cincinnati and Paramount's Kings Island, you'll do more in 2 days than most families do all summer, like the new Hanna-Barbera Land, the all-new James Bond 007, A License to Thrill, The Ride, Nickelodeon's Rugrats, 10 new shows, plus 30 acres of fun at Waterworks. It's 100 rides and attractions, plus all the fun of Cincinnati. So call 1-888-9-BEAST-1 for discounted tickets to Paramount's Kings Island, hotel packages, and more, and give your family the ultimate Cincinnati mini vacation.
The way they dressed made you go,
She dresses 60s and garage sale rejects. Little kids see her and they run.
The makeovers we gave them made you go, wow.
What do you think, audience?
On the next Montel Williams Show, find out what happened to our most outrageous, most amazing makeovers.
This hairstyle has got to go.
We changed their looks. Did it change their lives? What happened after our most amazing makeovers on the next Montel?
Montel, Wednesday at 3 on Channel 13 WTHR.
Are you unsure whether you qualify for a home loan because your credit is less than perfect? Then call Fair Credit Lending Group at 1-800-491-FAIR. If you've had a bankruptcy, a foreclosure, or are delinquent on your mortgage, Fair Credit Lending Group has a solution. Why pay high interest rates on your credit cards when Fair Credit Lending Group can consolidate those bills and save you money? Call Fair Credit Lending Group at 1-800-491-FAIR to take advantage of our low-rate equity home loans. Call 1-800-491-FAIR now.
You're kidding me. Heck yes, I'll play. How'd you get a tee time on that course?
It was no problem. I've got connections.
Renter directories, who's your connection? When you gotta know.
Stay tuned for Central Indiana's most honored newscast from WTHR, Channel 13, Indianapolis. With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 13 Eyewitness News at noon.
We've seen some stormy weather today, especially in the northern part of the state, and that's where it's coming down still right now.
That's right. Is there more on the way? For us, Chuck Lofton has a look at the forecast. Chuck?
Okay, Pat and Bruce, thanks very much and good afternoon. It has been, to say the least, a very wet day in the northern part of the viewing area, with some of you seeing 6 inches of rain and some up to 10 inches of rain today. Let's take a look at this latest band of precipitation now moving into Miami County. You can see it's raining in Logansport, where those of you watching us there have already had 5.5 inches of rain, and some heavy rain now about 9 miles northwest of Kokomo in Howard County. There's a broader view of things, and all of this is moving very slowly to the east-northeast. Now let's show you the composite view of the radar. This is since about 10 o'clock this morning, when a lot of the rain had stopped, but notice how we've got more building now, and we will see waves of this stuff throughout the course of the day later on. We do have a flash flood watch in effect for the northern and northeastern parts of the viewing area, including Muncie and Peru for today. Then tonight, as this cold front that's triggering all this stuff moves south, the flash flood watch will continue. Speaking of problems, up to our north earlier today, large hail in Denver, which is just north of Peru, 1 3/4 inch diameter hail, and also very high water. The Wabash climbed 5.5 feet in 2 hours at Wabash. Well, our forecast for today, the sun gives way to cloud cover and some scattered showers and thunderstorms. We'll have a high right around 90. And most of this stuff, Bruce and Pat, fires up here in Indianapolis very late this afternoon. But we'll have another update for you in just a few minutes.
Well, that's not the only thing that's hot today. So are lottery ticket sales. Get ready for long lines at convenience stores again. Powerball fever in the air. Hoosiers across the state are hoping they'll buy the winning ticket that could pay off big today.
Debbie Dedman has been enjoying the sights and the Powerball fever. She joins us now with more. Debbie?
Hey, I have the fever, you guys. I'm making history here. I have never purchased a Powerball ticket. I'm going to do that right now. Brenda's going to set me up here. Why don't you give me about, what, 3 tickets? They're $1 a piece? Yep. Now, don't tell my mom I'm gambling. I'm not doing that. I want the winning ticket. That's what we're doing. Just $3. You know, I'm acting responsibly, and that's what the Powerball officials are telling you to do. Again, it's $125 million, and that is the second largest jackpot in history, so why not play? Hey, I'm going to make history here myself. I think I'm going to be the winner. What do you think? See, and the reason why I think I'm going to be the winner, you see this little frog here? Well, here at the Dinner Bell store, everybody, they rub the tickets on the frog. So, Brenda, do you have my tickets yet? Yes, I do. You do? Oh, why don't you rub them for me on the frog? You see, this is, if you come around here for a second, can they maybe be able to see a little better? And this is the tradition here at Dinner Bell. You rub the tickets on the frog, just like you're doing, all over. And that means what?
Good luck.
Means good luck.
It means good luck and a winning ticket.
Okay, I have the winning ticket.
Yep.
Thank you very much. A quick note here. The last person who rubbed that frog back in April won $2 million. So there you have it. I'm the winner. Back to you guys.
But it did work once before.
It worked once before, and I have my tickets here. So I rubbed the frog. You guys saw it, so don't be surprised. Don't try to mooch off me. This is my last live shot. I'm out of here.
You know, if you do win, we're all going to be really laughing.
I'll take you to dinner.
Well, thanks, Debbie. All right, we'll see you later. Well, a massive heat wave continues today for most of the country. The hot weather is blamed for at least 129 deaths in 7 states, with Philadelphia reporting its first heat-related death. Texas reports 86 deaths, including 47 illegal immigrants trying to enter the U.S. This is the hottest summer in Texas since 1980.
The grand jury investigating President Clinton hears more testimony today, and the president's personal secretary, Betty Currie, could be one of the first to appear. Betty Currie arrived at the federal courthouse today for what would be her 5th time before the grand jury. Meantime, independent counsel Kenneth Starr is appealing a federal judge's ruling. He must now show why his office should not be held in contempt for alleged leaks to the media. Motivated by the rise in homicides in the city of Indianapolis, a group of church congregations, neighborhood organizations, and local agencies are planning a citywide rally this Saturday.
The rally will include prayer vigils across the city where violent crime has occurred. Liz Daly has more now in today's Focus segment.
Well, the meetings and prayer vigils will take place at more than 350 sites across the city. The citywide Interfaith Peace Rally is the product of a grassroots effort facilitated by the Church Federation's Prayer Vigil Network. The theme, Moved by Prayer for Justice and Peace. Reverend Catherine Newland is the Associate Director of the Church Federation, and she joins us now. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
How did this whole idea for a peace rally come about?
The Church Federation, back on April 4th, facilitated an Interfaith Peace Summit. And the energy for this summer gathering in prayer came out of that summit, which was the 30th anniversary of Dr. King's assassination.
Mm-hmm. It's shocking to hear of the different sites around the city and just outside, around Marion County, greater Indianapolis. I said more than 350, but when we were talking during the break, it's about 400 sites where homicides or violent deaths. Explain what you mean by the violent deaths.
Well, certainly the majority of violent death that Indianapolis is experiencing is a product of homicide. There are a number of deaths in the community that are accidental and certainly tragic, that involved guns or an accidental harm to a person. And so we have been gathering at those sites as well as at sites where there's been a suicide that we know about. We talk about violence to one another, also the violence that we do to ourselves.
And since actually 1996 at these various locations, there have been prayer visuals for the neighborhood groups, and the church congregations have gathered in those spots individually. Individually,
yes. Every site of violence has had a prayer vigil happen in that spot in the community, on the street.
Okay, so this Saturday, what's going to happen?
This Saturday, there will be prayer vigils at the nearly 400 sites of violent death. We've identified 23 hub congregations where anybody in the community can go to the nearest hub church near them, and then they will go out with a small group to a particular prayer vigil site of their choosing to offer a prayer service together, and then gather as a whole group down at Martin Luther King Park at 3:30 for a mass interfaith prayer service. And it is interfaith. We have Jewish congregation, the Hindus, the Baha'is, the Christians, the Catholic and Protestant, Unitarians, Christian Science. It really is an open invitation for anyone, even those who perhaps are not affiliated with a particular religious organization, to come.
I know this is the first time you've had this, but this perhaps will be an annual event. Is that the goal, perhaps?
There is an openness at the table among those who have been planning to be sensitive to what may come out of this, to let this be a guide and to be open to the next, whatever the next is.
Okay, well, everyone is invited to attend the citywide peace rally this Saturday, July 25th. At Martin Luther King Jr. Park at 3:30, but if you'd like more information about where the other meeting sites will be, you can call the Church Federation at 926-5371. Again, 926-5371 to get more information about the neighborhood meetings as well. Okay, Reverend Newland, thank you very much for being here. Okay.
Liz, thanks again.
Thanks. Well, are you looking for a quick and easy dish to fix tonight?
Mr. Food will be along. He shows us how to fix a classic favorite when we come back.
Watch this! The time has come. Make your summer fun just at Rosie.
Next time, Rosie's got summer fun with the one that you want, Grease legend Olivia Newton-John.
Now, I have a question. Those pants, how did you get into those?
Summer fun. Thanks, Rosie.
Rosie, are you watching? Just at Rosie. To your summertime. Rosie, check her out. Just at
Rosie, beginning at 4 on Channel 13.
My weight was keeping me from being truly happy and healthy, from enjoying my life. I'd tried everything, and I was close to giving up.
With WinLife, obesity is treated as a medical condition. They have certified physicians and even surgery.
I'm finally conquering what for so long conquered me. I'd recommend WinLife to anyone with a weight problem. You really don't have to be miserable anymore.
Today through Saturday at Dan Young Chevrolet. We'll start the clock.
Nobody beats a Dan Young deal.
Save up to $3,000. Get an extra $2,000 for your trade. 25 loaded pre-owned cars, $99 down, $99 a month. 3098 in prior Cavaliers and Grand Ams from $129 a month. 17 pre-owned Escorts, Tauruses, and more from $199 down, $159 a month. 30 Luminas and Monte Carlos from $199 down, $199 a month. No credit application will be refused.
Before you buy any vehicle, see your best deal at Dan Young.
Hi, my name is Cole. My daddy owns WF Pointer Construction for remodeling, roofing, siding, windows, and room additions built with old world values. Call us today.
Right now, we're offering special pricing on all of our work. We have many financing options and our own mortgage department. And don't forget about our senior citizens discount.
So for quality construction on your home, call WF Pointer now, toll free at 1-888-454-9200.
Around the world, there are no finer products than Roundy's. Witness the corn, golden, juicy. A dab of butter is all that's needed to achieve perfection. And peas, Roundy's peas, emerald ripe, merely delicious, bite after bite. And Roundy's carries with it something extraordinary for its customers. Savings. Roundy's quality and value. Something more for something less.
Today's Mr. Food is brought to you by O'Malley Food Markets and Roundy's. Great prices never looked this good.
Well, there's an old favorite that is making a new comeback in America's kitchens this year.
That's right. Today, Mr. Food shows us how to make the classic dish fast and easy.
There's a veggie sitting on our produce counter that we've all grown up enjoying. But now it's even better than ever. Yeah, it's those fresh, flavorful green beans. But they're greener green beans. Yeah, today our markets are getting a less stringy, smoother, more tender bean that we'll recognize by its darker, greener color. Now, we may remember sitting around Mom's kitchen table, snapping some nice, fresh beans in a bowl. Well, these newer varieties still have a snap, and they still have that reasonable price, with a bonus of perfectly cooked, bright green color. Still versatile, like starting them as a fresh snack, like on our veggie platters, or boiled or steamed with a touch of salt, pepper, and butter. That way they're a garden prize. Or covered with shredded cheese sure does it also. So does baked with mushroom soup, and French fried onions like Mom used to make, or chopped and added to other dishes like soups and omelets and pot roasts, anything. And one of my favorite easy ways with them is this quick skillet version using a pound of green beans that we've flavored up with chicken broth and butter and garlic and red bell peppers. You talk about exciting garden fresh taste. Oh, and if you'd like the recipe, just send a self-addressed stamped envelope marked green beans to me, Mr. Food, right here at the station, and we'll get it back to you for enjoying an old favorite that's making a big, big comeback. And with so many ways to enjoy them, we always seem so creative with our, oh, it's so good. Yeah?
So if you'd like the recipe for skillet green beans, you can pick one up at any O'Malley's Food Market or send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Mr. Food, care of WTHR, Channel 13, P.O. Box 1313, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46206. Be sure to write the words skillet green beans on the envelope, and we'll know which recipe to send on to you. Tomorrow, Mr. Food shows us how to make grilled eggplant.
Speaking of classics, a children's classic comes to life on the silver screen.
We'll take a look at the new Cinderella starring Drew Barrymore. That's next in our entertainment report.
Do you think that's what it's like? I don't know. Well, let's go to Indiana Beach and try it. Yeah!
Visit Indiana Beach Amusement and Camp Resort. Ride the new Big Flush water coaster and the Den of Lost Thieves. Save on summer fun Monday through Friday with proof of purchase from any Coca-Cola product. General admission still only $1.50, and there's plenty of free parking. Get flushed at Indiana Beach.
Don't try the Big Flush at home. Try it at Indiana Beach.
Discover the excitement of building today with TK Constructors. We give you all the amenities you could ask for in a new home. A home that's conventionally built on your lot for as little as $49.9. That includes vaulted ceilings, a wood-burning fireplace, Anderson windows, and Kenmore appliances. They're all standard in a TK home. So find out what all the excitement is about. Call us at 1-800-TK-TK-FYI.
The excitement is building at TK Constructors now.
Stouts RV. Don't miss this exclusive factory event. Simply unbeatable.
Some people say there's no such thing as aliens. I know different. They talk to me through my TV set.
1, 2, 3, go! All right.
Every Wednesday they come. See, their humor is very advanced. They paralyze you, with laughter. Huh? I used to be scared of aliens. Now I just laugh at them. you hear that? Did you hear that?
This antique table dates back to the late 1800s. Now, 100 years later, it's called an heirloom. Today at Oak Express, you'll also find solid oak dining tables built to last a lifetime and beyond. The solid oak Scottsdale is just $279. The solid oak Supreme table is $526, or the solid oak Stafford is $649. And ask about our free financing programs. Oak, the heirloom wood, at Oak Express. Lafayette, Georgetown Road, and 8310 East Washington Street.
An Oscar winner is taking a seat in the producer's chair, and Newsweek's Buzzmaker list is out. Steve Kometko with the latest from Hollywood in today's Entertainment Report.
Susan Sarandon, who won an Oscar for her role in Dead Man Walking, is attaching herself to another film with controversial subject matter. This time it's gay rights. The actress will produce a TV movie for NBC called Prayers for Bobby. It's based on a true story about a woman who becomes a respected gay rights activist after her gay son commits suicide. Sarandon joins a string of celebrities, including Cher and Danny Glover, who are producing films for next season.
Was a glass slipper.
Fairy tales come true for Drew Barrymore as Cinderella when she slips on the glass slipper in the movie Ever After. Now, you can live the fairy tale, too, or at least your feet can, with your very own pair of jeweled slippers. The Ferragamo fashion house that made Drew's slippers for the film are offering custom-made replicas of the shoes. They're for princes and peasants alike, but they'll set you back $2,500.
What can I say about our first guest?
Rosie O'Donnell creates buzz, no matter what she says about her guests. So it's no wonder Newsweek placed her near the top of its Buzzmaker list in this week's issue. The magazine, on newsstands now, says people like Rosie, Madonna, and Regis Philbin generate and feed our national hunger for buzz. And the negotiations are over. The actors are signed, and, well, heck, the movie's in the can. Now it's time for the premiere. Tonight in Los Angeles, Samuel L. Jackson and Kevin Spacey celebrate the world premiere of their new movie, The Negotiator. The police hostage drama hits theaters July 31st. That's all for the E! Entertainment Report. I'm Steve Kometko.
And other movies out this weekend are the comedy Mafia or Steven Spielberg's drama Saving Private Ryan.
Well, here's a look at what's coming up later today on the Rosie O'Donnell Show. Singer and film star Olivia Newton-John joins Rosie. Also actor Benjamin Bratt from Law & Order and TV and movie actress Téa Leoni. It's all today at 4 o'clock here on Channel 13.
Coming up next, Chuck Lofton will be back with another look at the forecast. We've had a lot of rain in Indiana today.
But first, here's an American Moment with James Earl Jones.
If you want to know at what rate this country became a country, look here. This was the pace at which we went west and went everywhere else too. And this is the pace at which the Cowart family has decided to spend a couple of years zigzagging across America. They gave up their settled life back there in Holden, Louisiana, Father Ronnie and Mother Mandy and daughters Kay and Becky and their friend Doc Pearson to settle into the slow lane. And we do mean slow. They make 15 miles a day and a lot of friends.
It's real basic. You only have what you need, nothing more. Everybody's not scattered throughout a big house and you have to go check and see what everybody's doing. You can see what they're doing. I'm afraid that once this trip's over, I'm not going to be able to go back to a normal way of life.
If you sat at home and never seen nothing but the news, you'd think we was falling apart for sure. But I'm telling you, from Louisiana to this place in Alabama, we have met some good folks.
Get out!
So have we, Mr. Cowart. You and your family among them. Travel well. Don't go too fast.
Yeah, now, Jack. Gee, a little bit, Jack.
An American Moment is brought to you by American Century Investments.
For the best performances in a starring role, American Century's 5-star conservative equity funds. Call 1-888-ACI-FUNDS.
First we do the orange toilet. Lovely. Orange sink. Orange tub and shower curtain. Towels. Orange, orange, or orange? Orange.
Okay, that's one solution for your rust stains. Want to know who really works on them? Us. Super Iron Out. For sinks, tubs, toilets, water softeners, even white laundry. So if you don't want it to be orange, it isn't.
Look to the future and think of the little ones. What do you see?
A world full of violence and corruption? A society of every man for himself?
How do we start to make our world a better place for the children?
Fortunately, there's the Good News, a positive, spiritually uplifting magazine dedicated to sharing good news about the future and helping you and your family lead a richer, more fulfilling life.
Written from a biblical perspective, the Good News answers the big questions in life.
In this confused and troubled world, it will help you find your way. The Good News magazine is provided free, no obligation, from the United Church of God, an international association. Call now for your free subscription. The Good News magazine. 1-800-925-1542. The Good News. 1-800-925-1542. Yours free and no obligation. Operators are standing by. Call now.
Hi, I'm Dave Calabro, and the 400 Festival Community Day is Wednesday, July 29th, and we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of NASCAR racing. With your $10 paid admission, you can watch IROC and NASCAR practice all day long. Then from 6 until 8 o'clock, you'll have access to the track, the garage, and the pits. Meet your favorite driver, get an autograph, and meet Channel 13 personalities, too. Pick up your advance tickets at March. The 400 Festival Community Day is sponsored by WGLD and WTHR Channel 13.
Hi, my name is Cole. My daddy owns WF Pointer Construction for remodeling, roofing, siding, windows, and room additions built with old world values. Call us today.
Right now, we're offering special pricing on all of our work. We have many financing options and our own mortgage department. And don't forget about our senior citizens discount.
So for quality construction on your home, call WF Pointer now, toll free at 1-888-454-9200.
You know that book, Where's Waldo? It's like, where's the rain today?
That's right.
All day long. Just have to keep checking the radar to find out where it is.
Keeps moving, and right now it's moving to the east. And that's bad news for those of you in Miami County and Cass County. There you can see the rain and the thunderstorms. This is moving almost due east. Some of you have had more than a half foot of rain there, and this adds to that total. It's now moving into the Wabash area as well. Flood watch today north of Indy, tonight for the Indianapolis metro area. Batten down the hatches. Could have some heavy rain later on this evening here, and those of you north already seeing it.
Okay, thanks, Chuck.
That'll do it for us here today. Thanks a lot for watching.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Coverage you can count on continues today at 5 on Channel 13 Eyewitness News.